Hey everyone, welcome back to MiniBike Mike's Garage. Well, today's day 4 of my 1,000-mile adventure on my little Honda ST90. I rode 2 days from central Indiana to Cass, West Virginia. I attended a small bore mini bike ride yesterday, and today is the day I'm heading back toward Indiana, heading back toward home. I'm 692 miles into this trip so far. It's been a fantastic time. It's had its ups and downs, obviously, as any trip's going to. I don't know if you can tell from behind me. It's about 7:45 in the morning. I'm actually in Marlinton, West Virginia. That's where I was spending the night in an Airbnb. And so I'm leaving from here this morning, but I've got to wait for, it's super foggy. There's some moisture falling. It's not really rain. I'm not getting wet. But I know it's going to affect the way the bike rides or the way the bike runs. I know that carb is just going to be sucking in that moisture and it's going to not run very well. So I'm trying to wait it out before I take off, just so I don't have, to limit the number of issues that I have. But so here we are. So I'm having, like I said, I'm having a great time. It's Sunday morning, September 22nd, 2024. So certainly appreciate everyone who watches and follows along. If you have not seen them, there should be 3 previous videos to this one. A video from each day of the trip that I rode the bike from Indiana to here. And then there should be a video from our ride yesterday with my subscriber Ben. And there were 13 bikes and 15 riders, and we just had a great time. So check those out. And then there will be one more video after this one. I'm going to ride into Kentucky today, spend the night, and then tomorrow hopefully get up and ride all the way home. So I'll pick you guys up at the next stop. Thanks. Blue skies, yes, finally. I'm right at 20 miles in this morning. I'm doing about 34 miles an hour in third gear up a hill. But the skies opened up. We got rid of the fog. I'm soaking wet just from all the moisture. But in just a few miles, I'm going to have to shift down here. That's the first time I've had to shift down to second gear going up a hill. This one was pretty steep. But in just a few miles, maybe just a couple here, this will be officially the longest trip I've ever taken on a mini bike. When we went around Lake Michigan, that was 717 miles. I started off this morning at 692, and I am just probably about the time I hit the peak of this daggone hill. Wow, this thing keeps going up, guys. But it's sunshine ahead of me. Woohoo! Come on, baby! Oh, yeah! I think the bike even likes knowing it feels the sun. Hell, we're hitting 40 mile an hour going up this thing. Sorry if I'm just boring you with the ride video, but what a great time. Well, I'm not going to keep you guys on here because I've got about another 3 miles to go before I hit hit over 717 miles. So I'm going to let you guys go, but we're on our way home, and I appreciate you guys following every step of the way. Thanks. Well, there it is. I did it. I am actually, we summited at Kinnison Mountain. The sign said it was 3,988 feet in elevation. I'm currently coasting down the other side at 40 mile an hour. Excuse me, I've got to clear my throat. Sorry. But We have officially passed the longest trip I've ever taken. Unbelievable. Bike is, I couldn't ask for the bike to be doing any better at this point. I actually put the bike in my room last night. Oh my gosh, as we got fog ahead of us, I thought I was done with this as I head down to the lower elevations, I guess. I put the bike in my room last night, and I think that really helped. It kept it dry, temperature, so forth. And then before I even took off this morning, before I even started the bike, I took one of those socks, air filter sock things. I had them in the Lake Michigan video also. I'll put a link to it. I put one of those over, I put it over the entire carburetor, the air cleaner, air filter, whatever you want to call it, the whole entire carburetor. And I have had minimal issues with moisture today. I can, a little bit. I can tell a little bit, but I'm able to maintain 50 plus mile an hour, and it climbed these hills just fine. So pretty happy with that. But longest trip I've ever taken. Let's see if we can make it to 1,000 miles now. Thanks, guys. Well, I've made it to my first stop of the day, first refuel. I am back in Summersville, West Virginia. I'm actually headed to the New River Gorge Bridge. Never been over it. I'm going to go check it out. So that's my next stop. Bike is still doing really, really well. Had a good ride up here. Got lucky this morning in that there was no traffic behind me. It was 41 miles before I actually saw a vehicle in my rearview mirror. Took a lot of stress off of me because as I left Marlinton, I headed straight up in elevation. And at points I was only going 35 miles an hour. So between looking in the mirror for traffic behind me and looking ahead of me to make sure there's no deer bouncing out in front, it was kind of a stressful ride, but made it here. Everything's doing well. If I can tell, the sun's shining. It's going to be a beautiful day again today. I think tomorrow we might hit rain, but as of right now, doing really, really well. So I guess at this point I will update you when I get to the New River Gorge Bridge. Well, I think I've made it. I think this is the New River Gorge Bridge. I don't know why I decided I wanted to go across this, but Western Hemisphere's longest something bridge, arch bridge or something. Wow. I'm not sure you guys are going to get anything other than the view of the wall, but pretty cool. Unfortunately, I'm not going to take the time to go down and do some other things. I got to put some miles behind me today, so I'm going to pull over here and map the route of where I need to go and probably call it a day, or call it a visit to the New River Gorge Bridge. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint anybody that I didn't actually take a trip down into the bottom of the New River Gorge and see the view from the bottom up. I'm sure it's spectacular, but I just had way too many miles to put down today to take a side trip. I'm just, at this point, I'm trying to get home, guys. I hate to say that, so I hate to disappoint. So I think I'm on, I don't know if this is Ohio 16 or something like that. I'm cruising along. I'm heading to a little town, Vanceburg, Kentucky. That's where I'm spending the night. I've got a little Airbnb, another one of those little mini barn Airbnbs. So I need to learn what the street or the road signs, how to tell if it's a state road or or U.S. road or what. So like this is 16, and it's a square sign, black border, white with black numbers in the middle of it, 16. So I would think maybe if it was a state road, it would have the shape of the state or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm on. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna keep hammering down. Sorry again if I disappointed and didn't get very good footage of the New River Gorge Bridge and the views around it. But so I didn't stop and get the views from the New River Gorge Bridge. But I did see this area. So I thought I'd stop. Wow, what a view. I know the video is not going to do this area justice, but what a fantastic view. This is the New River outside of Fayetteville, West Virginia. This, makes up a little bit for not stopping at the Gorge Bridge and going down and seeing the view from the top. This is just fantastic. So I'm gonna take a little break. I'm about 100 miles in today. I am just like a handful of miles shy, about 8 miles shy of having put 800 miles on this trip. Started out today at 692 and we're right at 100, so 792. So in about 8 miles we're going to celebrate 800 miles. Pretty fantastic. Only best way to celebrate, have a Reese's Sticks. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to jump back on the bike and keep on going. Well, I feel for the guy up there in front. For once on this trip, I'm not the slowest person on the road and holding up traffic. But owning a Class C RV, I feel for this guy. This is a beautiful road. I'm on, I think it's US 60. It's called the Midland Trail. Well, there's another Class C. That's real similar to ours. It's called the Midland Trail. I'm back on 60, I think. It's not the same portion of 60 that I brought out to on the way out to West Virginia. But we're plugging along. We're following right along that New River. And the views are just beautiful. It's nice to be back into the land of internet, to be able to get a hold of you guys, to be able to call my wife and let everybody know I'm doing all right, post some things. I worked on the bike a little bit last night after I got done with the 60-mile ride with Ben and the other people. I got back kind of early. If you watch the video on that, I had to do a little repair to a turn signal that I broke, but I didn't film it. But I went ahead and did a valve lash adjustment just kind of check them. They were actually in pretty good shape, but I wanted to at least check them, make sure we were okay. This was a brand spanking new engine when I started out on this ride. I hadn't put very many break-in miles on it, so I would really like to do an oil change. Like I said, we're coming up in about 5 miles. We're going to be coming up on the 800-mile mark. And I changed the oil right before I took off. And I've got oil with me, but I didn't bring anything to drain the old oil into. And I'm not going to just let it dump and hit the ground. So I get to some point maybe the next fuel stop I need to make. I'm contemplating digging through the trash and see if there's an empty quart or something that I can cut open and drain the oil into, and then be able to pour it back into the container that I refill the engine with, so, and seal it up. But all right, I've chatted long enough. You guys have watched the back end of this Wagoneer and this RV enough, so we'll keep rolling. Thanks, guys. I hope you can hear me. I've opened up my mask a little bit, opened up my helmet a little bit. Well, 800 miles down. Just passed it. What was that? Glen Ferris, West Virginia, that we just went through. Neat little town right along the river here. I think now we're on the Kanawha River. Not really sure what this is called. But 800 miles. on this little Lifen 125 powered ST90. I'm sure there are lots of people out there who thought I was freaking crazy when I took off on this trip. And to be honest with you, they're probably not wrong. But wow, what an adventure. Thanks, guys. Well, guys, I am stopping for the 158th time for fuel. I am in South Charleston, West Virginia. This time I came on the south side of the river on 61. When I went out heading east, I was went on the other side of the river. So I got to see both views. That's kind of cool. Let's see how much fuel we need. I've got a feeling this is going to be one of the longest, this was, I think, the longest fuel in between stops I went. See if I can cut that sound off. See if I used over a gallon. I have not broken a gallon yet. I did 1.2 gallons. Wow, that's the most I've used. I'm still getting about right around 70 miles to the gallon. So, and I've got the 40-gallon auxiliary tank, which is good. So, all right, I think I'm good to go. Bike is still purring right along. We're 147 miles in for today. So it means I got right at about 100 miles to go to get my destination, and it is 12:30 in the afternoon, lunchtime. So may see if I can find a little someplace to get a little bite to eat right here and take a little break for just a few minutes. So, all right, guys, pick you up the next stop. Well, before we head out here from South Charleston, I want to touch on a couple things on this little bike. Things that are working really, really well. These little, Milan, I can't get it. GPS Speedo. Oh, love that thing. I've got a couple of those. I bought this little GoPro holder that clamps to my grip. Yes, it did kind of shorten the amount of grip I can have, but I still got, plenty of control there. Both of those working really, really well. This Joy Room phone holder, love it. Clamps right to the bar. The little USB charger with the voltmeter works fantastic for keeping the phone charged. And then this is a new addition. I actually stole this out of our UTV before this trip. I usually don't have this on there, but for holding bottles of water or whatever you want to put in there, just clamps to the handlebar. That's worked out really, really well. And then lastly, I've kept this cover on here today, even though there hasn't been any moisture. It works just fine. It does not hinder, the carburetor being able to breathe. So I've left it on there, and I think I'm going to run into some rain tomorrow. So I'll probably just leave it on there. Won't take it off. Hopefully I can roll the bike into the room like I did last night. Oh yeah, we're going to make it just fine. Yeah, we're going to be low. We're going to need to change tire when we get home, but I think we're going to make it. All right, let's go get us a bite to eat, maybe. Well, I just finished meal for the day, forgot some lunch, and I stopped at Smoking Mama's Barbecue. Excellent brisket sandwich. Even got a chocolate shake, so my tummy's full. I saw the sign for Smoking Mama's. I had to stop. It made me think of the Smoking Mama I got at the house. That hopefully I'm going to see you tomorrow, Amy. Love you, sweetheart. I'll keep rolling and head that way. Thanks. Well, we just crossed the bridge at Ironton, Ohio, into Kentucky. So this is our first trip into Kentucky. So what have we been in? We've been in Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and now Kentucky. So this is Russell, Kentucky.
I'm about 40 miles from where I'm staying. It's what time is it? It's 3:11 in the afternoon, so I should be there 4 o'clock-ish or something like that. Plenty of time to chill, go over the bike, make sure everything's still good. I've eaten enough today, so I don't need another meal. So just kind of kick back and relax, and hopefully they've got a nice bed to sleep in this Airbnb. All right, guys, I'll see you when I get there. Tell you what, some of these hills in Kentucky, they might be worse than the ones in West Virginia. I've got her tucked. The wind is just hitting me straight in the face, and it's everything I can do to keep it at about 46 miles an hour. But I'm about 15 miles from my destination, so I'm almost there. Well, I don't know if you guys can tell that this is a incline going up. Well, you can kind of tell because it's got a passing lane. This is a 2-lane road, but at this particular spot, this lane has a passing lane. I'm 3.7 miles from my destination for tonight, and I'm rolling up through here, and all of a sudden, she quits. I mean, it sounded like, you know, I didn't hear a lot of noise. My first thought was, wonder if it's been running too lean and I burned a hole in the piston or did something like that. Well, no. I lost track of when the last time I put gas in it. It ran out of fuel. So I think I'm okay, but I got to swap. Hopefully my tank underneath the seat has still got fuel in it. If it doesn't, I've got to walk 3.7 miles. I know you guys probably aren't going to be able to see a whole lot, but there's my line that I've been running on. And here is my spare line. Let's open up the petcock and see if any fuel comes out. Oh, come on, baby, be fuel in there. Oh, yeah. Let's put that back. Should be running really good with that on there. We're just going to leave it on there. Let's shut this other petcock off. All right. All right, well, I'll tell you what, you guys stay right there. Oh, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully it starts back up. Please start, baby, please start. Come on. You did have fuel, right? Oh no, is that out of fuel? No, stupid me. I shut it back off and didn't shut the other one off. I grabbed the wrong one. All right, turn that one on. That one's off. Okay, let's give it a second. You know, when you're stressed on the side of the road, sometimes you're not thinking straight, fellas. All right, 3.7 miles, let's go. Well, guys, as this day comes to an end, I thought I'd go ahead and show you the little mini barn Airbnb I'm staying in again. I showed you the last one in the other videos. Maybe your wives enjoy this type of stuff. This time, want to see it? I got the little ST90 here sitting on the porch. These, I tell you what, I've been pretty happy with how these have turned out. The last one that I stayed in was just cute as a button. This one, obviously a guy that hunts must own this one. I think I'm gonna feel like I'm being watched all night. but he's got a little bit of everything in here. I laughed when I walked in the door. First thing I did was sent Mama Warner a picture of this sofa, this couch. We had the exact same one about 1996. But just, you know, cute little places. This one's set up with 2 beds, you know, what, a full and a single or something like that. And then it's got a, he's got these turkey beards and stuff hanging here. It's got a little bathroom over here with everything you need for a bathroom. So I don't know. I just thought I would show that to you. Maybe somebody out there wanted to see it. So if you looking for an Airbnb and you're out in the country, this one, I can't remember what this one was. It might have been like $60 a night, 65 or something like that. So to me, I'd rather do that and stay here than some random hotel. I didn't see them. The people who have this place, their house is just right there, and I don't know if you can see it. Their cat and their dog. Oh, it's not going to focus. There they are. They're like looking down here like, hey, who's here? Pretty funny. So I'm going to end the video there. This is video number 4 of 5 on my 1,000-mile trip from central Indiana to Cass, West Virginia and back. I'm actually at the end of day 4. I've got 950 miles completed as of today. We have about 210, 220 miles to go tomorrow. That'll be on video number 5. You'll see that then. Today we did 257 miles. We averaged 42.9, just shy of 43 mile an hour. So to average 43 mile an hour, that means we were picking them up and putting them down. So yeah, that's all I'm doing at this point. Not a lot of sightseeing. I am just twisting the throttle and going and trying to get home. So guys, again, as I've said 100 times, thank you for following along on my journey. And I hope you're enjoying them. And like I said, if you haven't seen, there's 3 previous videos to this one. And then there should be one more after this one. So guys, have a great day. Thank you very much.